Agora usa da palavra a senhora Manuela Geleng, responsável da Comissão Europeia pela coordenação do Plano de Ação Europeu para a Economia Social, que apresentará as principais opções políticas propostas pelo Estudo da Comissão sobre o impacto da Social Business Initiative. A apresentação será de seguida comentada por Víctor Meseguer, diretor da Social Economy Europe. Manuela Geleng.
Good morning, dear Minister, dear Commissioner, dear participants. I'm very happy to have the opportunity today to present the study that the Commission took, the study that the Commission commissioned as part of the work that we are doing to prepare the social economy action plan. I actually have a slide which I will upload now. I'm not sure this is visible yet. Oh, there seems to be an issue with the slideshow. So, I think now we are set, right? So I will start. So first of all, the study that that I just mentioned took stock of the experience we gained from the launch of the Social Business Initiative in 2011. And the Startup and Scale-Up Initiative of 2016. But clearly, we need to factor in also the consequences of COVID-19 outbreak, as was highlighted by the previous speaker. The study was carried out last year and looked both at the evidence on the impact of the earlier initiatives, the difficulties that faced the social economy and also social enterprises, but also the extent to which EU national, regional policies have addressed these challenges. The study came to a series of findings and based on that on a series of policy options. So I will start now with the main findings of the study. So what has changed since 2011? Well, first of all, visibility of social economy has increased significantly. Now, one may say not sufficiently, and one could also agree with that. It's true that the concept of social business, social enterprise has created more awareness on the social economy across member states. Social enterprises are considered more important actors, not only by policymakers in the social policy field, but also in other policy areas, in regional development, cohesion, innovation, environment. SBI, the Social Business Initiative, has managed to act on a wide range of fields where policy support is really necessary to develop enabling conditions for the social economy to thrive. And Obviously, access to finance has been a game changer. In the last 7 years, EU funding, both through EU-level instruments or through the European Social Fund, have been really an important support. What needs also to be highlighted as a positive change is the overarching approach to social economy. So looking at the whole ecosystem and not at individual elements that can be tackled here and there. So, for instance, a better access to financial resources requires not only available funds, but also access to specific financial products at the local level, a specific understanding and treatment of the social economy in the social entities, as well as financial capacities in the social economy organizations. But there is always a but, more needs to be done, clearly. Because the support of the social economy organization is not an end in itself, but rather a means to strengthen its role in contributing to local and regional development, addressing local, social, and societal needs. It can also play a role in creating jobs in a community, addressing vulnerable groups, promoting social innovation and territorial cohesion. There is also a need to improve the statistical information, for instance, on the social economy, which would contribute to a better understanding of the sector and its benefits, its impact for the society. And we also need to strengthen the visibility of the social economy and its beneficial role to sustainable and inclusive development. I'm coming now to the policy options in more details that were highlighted in the study. So clearly, there is still limited awareness, knowledge, and understanding of the specificities of social economy organizations and of social enterprises. And these clearly can impact negatively on policy and funding design. So the following elements came to the fore. First of all, that there is a need for the promotion of a more consistent framework of concepts. There is a need for a common understanding and an overall framework of definitions and concepts. For players in the member states, and in particular at the local and regional level, it is not always easy or clear which type of organizations EU policies refer to, and specific needs of different types of organizations according to their national setting, location, size, life cycle situation need to be taken into account. It would also be beneficial to strengthen the coherence between EU policy initiatives and EU instruments. And important it is here to highlight the transversal role of the social economy in relevant EU policy initiatives. This is clearly something at EU level work is being done. As the Commissioner Schmidt mentioned, there is a high political momentum for the social economy. And indeed, if one looks back to the last 15 months, 20 Commission initiatives have made specific reference to the potential of the social economy, whether it was about the Green Deal, about a partnership with the Southern Neighborhood, or with on a Union of Equality strategy for the rights of persons of disability. So you see very different areas, they all clearly look at the potential of the social economy. Finally, the promotion of legal recognition of social economy organizations. There should be more inclusive recognition of the diverse types of social economy organizations, and perhaps also better coordination with other pieces of legislation should be ensured. So, enhancing access to finance. This has been already highlighted by several speakers before me. They make the best use of EU funding, learn from innovative approaches, make funds available for the social economy also through innovative means like private equity, crowdfunding, hybrid schemes, public-private partnerships. Enhancing the access to market. So a great deal can be done to promote social public procurement. And there is a lot to learn from each other, domestically and in other countries. And public procurement officers and local and regional decision makers can be supported and trained in the use of social public procurement procedures. And finally, regulatory framework should better take into account the needs and capacities of the social economy, in particular for those that are small or medium-sized, or those that deal with the vulnerable groups. So there is a need to be more conscious of the challenges of social economy organizations. So, besides opening up opportunities, another important chapter is creating the right framework conditions. Policy change, it's clear, it doesn't happen in a vacuum, it doesn't happen automatically. So capacity building and training based on good practices and manuals of guidelines could be an important element. Social impact measurement has also a key role in supporting the development of the social economy. And also, we need to look at how to best tackle the needs of specific territories. It's clear that the social economy is a driver of jobs and inclusive growth, and for sustainable and balanced development, and therefore particular focus on the local level should be taken. Now, this was an overview of the findings and the policy options of the study. Of course, other work has been carried out in parallel to this to build the evidence base. Let me mention the mapping study on the social enterprise ecosystems covering 36 European countries, or the study on cooperation between social enterprises and mainstream businesses, which is also an important part of the puzzle, or the country reviews, policy briefs, and compendia of good practices that have been prepared together with the OECD. So this all leads us to where? First of all, you may have seen that the Commission has published a roadmap. In EU jargon, that means the first step in the preparation of an initiative, the first formal step, let's say, in the preparation of the initiative, and the roadmap presents the objectives and the possible content of the action plan. And the reason why I mention it here is because you are all invited and strongly encouraged to submit your feedback by the date you see on the screen. Obviously, there are other opportunities to provide input is also the Mannheim European Social Economy Summit that will take place end of May, and all the workshops that we are running up to the Mannheim Social Economy Summit, and last but not least, the conference today, which is really an important step to get your feedback and your input in view of the adoption of the action plan on the social economy. So with this, I would like to thank you very much and look forward to the discussion today.
Well, thank you very much, Manuela, for this excellent presentation of the work of the European Commission since the SBI, the analysis of the social business initiative that you have carried out in cooperation with some external actors, and right now this very important roadmap, which in EU jargon, as you were saying, means I mean the first step to start co-building this action plan, and also a short consultation to which all social economy stakeholders, public authorities, and so on are invited to contribute by the 26th of April. From my side, I would like, as Director of Social Economy Europe, I would like to thank the Portuguese presidency and Minister Ana Mendes Godinho for this conference. Also, of course, our members and our colleague of CASES for contributing to the organization of this event. And as the Commissioner said, congratulations to the network of Portuguese cities, European Capital of Social Economy. What I will do, reacting to what Manuela has just presented, is present Social Economy Europe proposals to co-build this European action plan for the social economy. So I'm also sharing with you this presentation, and I hope that you are able to see it. First of all, maybe a bit of history. Social Economy Europe has been consistently calling for a European action plan for the social economy since our manifesto for the European elections in 2014. By the way, also very important, the European Commission has been working on social economy to a certain extent forever. The Treaty of Rome, as the Portuguese constitution that was mentioned before by Eduardo Graça, already mentions cooperative as one key feature of the European socio-economic landscape. And actually, in 1986, the European Commission already presented a communication on business in the social economy sector. So at least since 1986, there has been a consistent work of the European Commission to promote social economy, and the history actually of our organization, and our president will also speak this afternoon, is very much linked with that, and is very much linked with the consultation that the European Commission established in the 80s and the 90s with social economy stakeholders that was called CIMAF, a structured dialogue with cooperatives, mutuals, associations, and foundations. Well, in 2019, coming back to the action plan, we presented a first policy paper that was developed by all of our members. So we presented a first policy paper on the future of EU policies for the social economy, and we deliberated to the European Parliament Social Economy Intergroup, and also to the former Vice President of the European Commission, Jyrki Katainen. That was our first public policy proposal, 30 pages, that we developed together with our members. Then, in the beginning of this new mandate, the action plan was confirmed. It was confirmed in the mission letter to Nicola Schmid by the President of the European Commission, and then also in the communication, A Strong Social Europe for Just Transition, that was published at the beginning of 2020. This year, of course, because the action plan is turning into a reality, we decided with our 17 members, with our growing network of 17 members and 4 external partners, to renew our proposals, and we presented a new policy paper co-designing the social economy action plan for an economy that works for people and the planet. And I believe that that our proposals are very much consistent and convergent with the work that the European Commission is doing, and with the results of the SBI study on the implementation of the SBI. We are proposing 7 key areas for European intervention that are declined in 51 concrete actions. And I will go little by little to explain some of the features and some of the proposals of Social Economy Europe. First, we agree, and we are totally aligned with the SBI study, with the study on the implementation of the SBI, that Europe needs a common understanding of the social economy. The social economy is very much like the European Union, united in diversity. The social economy is very diverse across Europe. We have many legal forms, many of them are specific to each member state. But we have a common identity based on values, values that have been mentioned before. People first, primacy of people over capital, democratic governance by the members, or the reinvestment of most of the profits. So companies that reinvest or all the profits or an important part of the profits to carry out with the social objective. So we need this common understanding. We need a perimeter of what the social economy is. We are diverse, yes, but social economy cannot end up being a buzzword with no real significance, a buzzword that anyone could use. We need to translate, we need to understand that in Europe there are some legal forms that are very well identified as part of the social economy. All the cooperatives in all its diversity, for instance, mutual societies, both in healthcare and in the insurance market, associations with economic activity, foundations, social enterprises, work integration social enterprises, institutions of solidarity in Portugal, and so on and so forth. Many legal forms, many of those specific to the national realities and to the local realities, but all of them united around values. And to a certain extent, what we believe that the European Union should do is renew what has been done till now, which is very important. Mrs. Geleng was mentioning a very important mapping study on social enterprises across Europe that was focusing on this part of the social economy, on social enterprises. Those studies need to be renewed with an opening to the whole social economy. We should acknowledge that countries like Portugal, like Spain, like France, like Romania, have framework laws for the social economy, and that other countries have laws and policies for specific social economy actors, as work integration social enterprises, as societies of societal impact in Luxembourg, and so on and so forth. So building on the basis of what has been done, we need to renew this exercise, and we need to have a recommendation to EU member states on a concept, on a common understanding of social economy based on the existing legal frameworks and based on the diversity of the social economy, and also ordering and giving coherence. We need to find out more. We need to understand better the diversity of social economy across Europe, building on the basis of that has been done, but broadening the scope to the whole social economy, to all the cooperative forms, and so on and so forth. Of course, improving the visibility is very important, and a lot has been achieved, as it has been said. And already social economy satellite accounts, so statistics on social economy have been mentioned. And what we believe from Social Economy Europe is that Portugal is an example of that. Portugal is the fewest, or maybe the only European country that has satellite accounts for the whole social economy, with a very much consolidated and well-functioning system that should serve as a basis to build satellite accounts in other member states. And for that, European Commission support is needed. The European Commission has already provided support through Eurostat, and we need to continue supporting national statistic institutes to develop satellite accounts and statistics on social economy. We believe also that one of the measures that was present in the SB study, building a new single gateway, a new online platform for social economy, is very much needed. We need a single gateway where all the studies that the European Commission has produced on social economy, some of them have been mentioned before by Mrs. Geleng, but also all the European opportunities for social economy can be found in a single online platform. We have the opportunities offered by the InvestEU, the opportunities offered by the Pact for Skills, the opportunities offered by the European Cluster Collaboration Platform that allows cooperation, the construction of clusters of social economy enterprises, or clusters mixing social economy enterprises with other types of business, research centers, universities, and so on, to achieve common strategic objectives. So we need this European online platform supporting social economy entrepreneurs, telling them about all the opportunities that the European Union offered, and giving coherence again to the many things that the European Commission and the European Union has done and will continue doing. Accompanying that, we will need a communication campaign, because as the Commissioner said, as Manuela was saying, social economy entrepreneurship is very much appealing in all its forms, because of its values of people first, of democracy, of social innovation, of reinvestment. It is very much appealing to the European youth, and not only to the European youth, also to people that have been excluded from the labor market for several reasons, or to long-term unemployed. And we need to support them, to let them know that social economy can be a collective tool to solve their collective challenges. So a communication campaign on social economy, on the actions and on what the European Commission is doing, EU funds, financial instruments, etc., but also about social economy entrepreneurship as a tool and as one option. Following the example of Portugal, we believe that the European Commission could internalize this process of European capitals of social economy. And this Portuguese example of network of Portuguese capitals is very much interesting. So we believe that the European Commission should appoint, in cooperation with others, on a yearly basis, a European capital of social economy and social innovation. On access to finance, indeed, the InvestEU will be one of the key financial instruments. As you very much know, colleagues, the InvestEU has four policy windows. All of them are accessible for social economy enterprises. We have one on sustainable infrastructure, one on SMEs, but we also have one particular one on social investments and skills, which mentions social economy as a priority. So we need to, this is a strong promise of the new European budget. We need to make it into a reality. We need capacity building. We need cooperation with social economy financial entities to ensure that the social economy, that your businesses, your enterprises, that your associations can access strategic investments, both at local level and maybe even build partnerships at national and European level. The point on the national recovery and resilience plans is very important, on including the social economy in this national recovery and resilience plans, and therefore in the Next Generation EU program. And the European Parliament has invited member states to include social economy and to finance strategic social economy projects. And I believe that our President, Juan Antonio Pedreño, Social Economy Europe President, will give further details on that this afternoon, also building on the particular experience, on his particular experience in Spain, working with the Spanish government to build a strategic social economy projects. We also need a social taxonomy, and in the framework of the sustainable finance discussions. And a social taxonomy means that social, it's not only defined by the sector. Social finance is not only financing enterprises providing social services or enterprises in the social sector. Social finance is about which enterprises do we finance and how these enterprises act, very much aligned with the public procurement logic. It's about social considerations. It's about the quality of employment, the quality of the contracts, the equality policy, equality between men and women in the enterprise. It's about the environmental impact of the company. It's about what the company does with profits, how the company distributes and reinvests profits. What I am trying to say is that we should not have a reductionist approach to a social taxonomy. We should not have a reductionist approach to sustainable finance. It's a very important debate, and we should very much apply those principles that come from public procurement and identify that social, it is not only the sector, social is not sectorial, social is about how companies act. And of course, on finance, the ESF Plus the ESF has played historically a key role to finance social economy and will continue playing a key role. And also other programs as the European Regional Development Fund. Proposal 4, is on access to markets, and very briefly, what the main message here is that we need a transnational social economy. We need to have the opportunity to have a transnational social economy. A transnational social economy also means a transnational civil society. So we need to find the legal means to allow cooperation between people of different countries of the European Union to create together social economy projects. We already have a statute for the European Cooperative Society, which has had a limited impact, and we need to have a reflection about that. Also, digitalization allows citizens, 3 youngsters from 3 different countries of the European Union, to create a cooperative and offer digital services, and this is something that we should think about. And of course, also public procurement is important. And on public procurement, I believe that the European Commission has already done quite a lot in promoting socially responsible public procurement, and building also on that basis, we could go beyond. The Buying for Social Impact project is a very good example. It was focused on 15 member states, accompanying public authorities, analyzing the transposition of the directive, but also accompanying public authorities to buy more social. And this project, for instance, could be extended to the other member states that were not treated at the beginning. The 5th proposal is promoting social economy at global level. Little more to add to what the Commissioner and to Mrs. Geleng have said. The European Commission should work in partnership with others, and it's already doing it. Already doing it with the OECD to promote social economy at global level. We should work more with the Union for the Mediterranean to promote social economy in the southern neighborhoods, promote social economy in the eastern neighborhood, promote social economy in Africa and in other regions of the world, and cooperate also with the to mainstream social economy in the G20, because social economy, as it is said here, is a driver for the implementation of the SDGs, a driver for entrepreneurship, a driver for collective actions to find solutions to collective needs. And the 6th point, in the last 2 points, the 6th point will be about the social dialogue. The social economy employs in Europe 30.6 million people. We are 2.8 million enterprises, and as Commissioner said before, we are 10% of the GDP. We should explore how to better include these employers in the national cross-sectoral social dialogue, in the national sectoral social dialogue, and same goes at European level, in the European cross-sectoral social dialogue and in the European sectoral social dialogue. We already have good practices, and we already have some social economy stakeholders that participate in the sectorial social dialogue. Amice, for instance, mutual and cooperative insurers participate in the insurance European social dialogue, and Copa Cogeca, so cooperatives, agricultural cooperatives also participate in the sectoral social dialogue. And regarding the coordination of the action plan, we need, in our opinion, we need an action plan with a long term or a medium term for its implementation. We need at least 5-6 years. This is just a proposal to implement this action plan. And the social economy is no different from SMEs. Actually, most social economy enterprises are SMEs. The efforts to promote social economy need to be constant. This is not one shot. Social economy enterprises exist. They are a part of our European social market economy. They have a common identity and they bring an added value. And we need a consistent European policy approach to support the social economy. Well, thank you very much. And sorry if it was a bit long.